Hi Zendon, welcome to our 1850 square feet 3 BHK home in Bangalore.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Anusha.
I'm Kamlesh. This is our 3 BHK apartment in Bangalore. We live with our 2 children in this house. The reason we bought this house is because all the rooms open into our balcony or the private terrace, and it brings in a lot of nature into the home.
The design of this house is actually inspired by our stay in Indonesia. So we've carried a lot of natural elements. It's a very simple, very functional space because we have 2 young children and we wanted to ensure that the space is able to evolve as we grow older and our children get older as well. This is our foyer. It's a very small space, just 5 by 6, but we wanted to give it enough design and importance to set the tone for the rest of the home. So we redid the floor tiles and we've gone for a geometric pattern which is reminiscent of column design in southern India. In terms of storage, we have a shoe cabinet right here. We've gone for a beautiful deep green hue and the shutters have been painted and finished with PU. And the overhead cabinets, we've gone for the same color as the walls because while we need storage, we also didn't want the area to feel very bulky and claustrophobic. This is our living room. In terms of the color palette, when we were discussing flooring, because there was already tile and we had to replace it, we didn't go with Kota stone itself, but instead went with a vitrified tile that looks and feels like Kota stone. Since this was providing a darker element, we decided to keep the walls and the ceiling a lighter. This room has a beautiful window that opens out into our balcony. However, the original window could only open half, and we decided to replace that with a bifold window which allowed us to have a beautiful swing here. It combines both string as well as a wooden frame and it looks absolutely stunning. I can swing inwards inside the home or outwards into the balcony. When it comes to the living room furniture placement itself, we have not gone for a TV setup here which allowed us to use both walls. So we have this 3-seater couch from Pelican Sofa. It has a stainless steel frame which makes it heavy but very durable and solid. We have a pair of center tables which is circular to break away from everything else being squarish or rectangular in shape. And on the other side, we have 2 chairs from Chumbak, so we don't have any built-in storage in the living space because I'm someone who loves to experiment with styling corners and I wanted space for that. The other corner, we've gone for this beautiful rust red piece that we managed to find at a shop here in Bangalore. It also acts as a storage piece. The color reminded me of objects when we were living in Singapore. Another part of our living room that's really special to us design-wise is this beautiful set of shelves. Now what we wanted was to create some amount of visual break from the open floor plan. We've decorated the shelf minimally, but there are a few elements here that's really special to me, like this Chudan vellum. This is a boat that is from Kerala. We purchased it from Jew Street in Cochin. I decided to plant some creepers that fall out. So visually this provides a barrier. So when you look that way, you don't look directly into the dining space, but you're distracted by the shelf and the items on it.
This is our dining section. On one side, we have the fluted glass partition, and behind us is the kitchen. And this area was designed around the 6-seater dining table that we already had. This is a beautiful marble top dining table that we got from Home Center. And the chairs are shisham wood chairs that we procured from Rajasthan. We got these lights that were custom designed. We did the design ourselves. And this is inspired by Channapatna toys. And we got the paper cutouts made and got the wood turned from one of the guys in Chickpet area. And we put all the lights and wires together. The lights are actually PU finished as well. And on the other side, we have a small console table. This is from IKEA. The original color of the IKEA console table was blue, which was not with the rest of the color scheme of the house. So we got it repainted.
So this is our kitchen. In the kitchen, we've gone for no change in the original builder tiles. It's something we regret a little bit because the original builder tiles is quite prone to staining and I think we should have changed it. We've gone for a wooden laminate below the counter set of cabinets, and above the counter we've gone for a laminate which is called moss grey. It's from Merino Laminates, and the one below is called Tahiti Samoa Teak. Now we knew that both the laminate choices were very safe, and so we decided to go with a little more experimental in terms of the backsplash tiles. This is what in shops they call Moroccan design, but to me it was very reminiscent of Atanagudi tiles, which is something I definitely wanted in some part of my home for the longest time. Now again, to break that, we went for a beige countertop. This is quartz, and so far we've been happy with it. It does get stained occasionally, but some amount of scrubbing and cleaning usually removes all stains. In terms of storage, we have these lift up cabinets, and what's nice about it is that the doors don't swing into our face, at the same time giving us a really wide storage space. The other aspect that we went for consciously is to go for more deep drawers, because again it makes access easy. We didn't go for a built-in appliance unit. Instead, we went for a tall unit where we have shelves. It provides a lot more flexibility to change the appliance or to keep anything else that we want. Another element we chose in this kitchen is to go with an under-counter RO, and the sink faucet allows us to access both the tap water as well as the RO water. We have a very small utility space. We have a larger sink there for the actual vessel washing itself. We also have a slot for our dishwasher, which we don't use on a day-to-day basis, but is very useful when we don't have our house help coming home. I want to briefly touch upon this entrance. Kitchen is a rather chaotic space when we're cooking, and we wanted to block away the mess from others if we're entertaining, and also not feel pressured to have to finish cooking and finish cleaning before the guests arrive. Now we have a fluted glass and MS steel frame partition. This provides privacy from people entering the home being able to see the dining area right away, which is something I really wanted. And also when we sit at the dining area, we don't see shoes and such in the foyer space. So it really works. As we move on, we have an arched entrance just to provide a little bit of grandeur, and here behind me was a niche in the floor plan which we decided to convert into both a puja space as well as additional storage. To keep it seamless looking, we've gone for push to open doors and there are no handles. The puja again reflects an arch design element from the arched entrance. Moving in, we come across this transitional wall space which breaks up the paneling work we've done. This wall is kept as it is. We've hung wooden masks. These are masks that we purchased from our trip to Thailand. This was our first trip abroad, so it's very special to us. I also have a trunk here which is from my father. It's extremely old. It was given to him, I think, by his parents, and then he's given it to me. On the other side, we went for a fluted paneling. So there was a master bedroom door that was breaking the visual flow of the space. And now we have a concealed door which makes the living space look more spacious. This is our master bedroom, and this is a space that we've done up quite simply actually. We have one wall treated to a wallpaper here. This is a botanical print wallpaper, but we wanted to keep things very subtle, and that's why we've gone for this particular color tone. On the wall, we have these very beautiful artwork. We kind of went with a pink colored pendant light. We also ensured that it's a kind of pendant lamp that stays well out of reach because we have two young children and anything that's made of glass is prone to breakage. In terms of the cot, we have a queen-sized cot here. This is again shisham wood with cane detail. So this is a Murphy bed where my son sleeps because he's still not ready to go into a room of his own. and we wanted to keep the bed set up for him as clean as possible. It takes up very little space and opens out almost like a train berth. We then later realized that we were in need of more storage, and so the upper cabinets were created at a later stage. In the walk-in closet, we have space for our floor-to-ceiling wardrobes. We got the wardrobes from Aristo, and we have a long full-length mirror. It reflects more light from this window space. We've also created a small nook with a beautiful cane chair that we had first purchased when we were living in Goa, and we couldn't part with it. And beside it, we've got this gorgeous monster from Ugao. This is a space that's extremely important to us because it helps us create a view for not one, not two, but 3 rooms. So our master bedroom, our living room, as well as our guest bedroom open into this space. We wanted a bit of a wild garden look. We went for custom FRP pots. These are nice rectangular pots that hold quite a bit of soil, so they are able to provide enough nutrition and let the plants really thrive. So this is our guest bedroom, and we use it as a family room. So as you can see, this is a queen-sized bed right here, and this is the amount of space we would have lost in this room had we purchased a conventional cot. However, we decided to go for a Murphy bed. So when it comes to Murphy beds, people usually have 2 major concerns. One is how long is the hydraulics going to last before it gives up, and I've seen in my own experience, as well as I've heard from other people say it, that when you use it less often, then it tends to really last many years. So in the guest bedroom, it especially made sense. The other concern that people have is about how expensive Murphy beds are. Murphy beds that I have researched typically start around the 1,20,000 odd range, and then it goes upwards depending on the design, material choice, how much storage you want. But I really feel that it's money well spent because you are able to free up the space to do so much more with that room rather than just keep it empty until when the guests arrive. So in this, we've gone for a pull-out tray which acts like a bedside, and because both our electrical points were on this wall, we brought it out on a dummy, and that way when guests come over, they can always keep their cell phone there, they can charge it there, and they can keep a bottle of water. So greenery really rules this house, and we wanted to display that in this wallpaper as well. It's very unique. It's from Life in Colors. When we fold this bed into place, we put up 2 chairs and watch TV, or we remove the chairs and let it just be floor play session for our kids, and that way this room is completely multifunctional.
This is one of the few special units in this building to have a private terrace, which is about 350 square feet. In one corner of the terrace, we have cordoned off as a dining cum seating area. We have changed the tiles into these beautiful Moroccan pattern tiles. We have also painted this portion of the wall white and added a pergola, which is an MS and glass structure to give privacy and protection. To add a few more decor elements, we've added a fountain. We've also added a few more lights here, which are like a cafe themed lights.
When we envisioned the design of how this terrace space would look, it definitely included a load of plants. So one corner of this terrace actually is a curved space, so we got a template drawn and had a custom FRP pot, one single curved pot made, and then we continue with several FRP pots kept in line, stretching across the length of the terrace space. We've got plans to do specific jobs, such as these creepers actually hide the pipe duct.
We use the space both as a workspace when we don't want to spend too much time indoors, as well as to spend time with kids during evenings or even sometimes on Sundays for breakfast. This is our 3rd bedroom. We currently use it as our study and work room. Since this room could eventually become one of our kids' bedroom, we have created ample storage. The interesting thing that we have done in this storage is the beading element, and within the beading, we've used peel and stick wallpaper from Amazon. And these wallpapers can be changed anytime we want. depending on who is using the room. So we went for SPC flooring in this room. This was SPC floor panels that were placed on top of the existing builder tiles that were provided. On the other side of the room, we have a sofa cum bed. Currently we use it to read books, but it can also become an extra bed in case we have more guests over. The journey of designing this house was a wonderful learning experience for us.
I've been creating content on YouTube around home decor and styling for quite a few years now, but this home kickstarted us in the journey of starting our own interior design studio.
After more than 20 years of corporate experience, I've also joined the interior design business now, bringing in a lot of different vendors, finding different elements, the right material choices for this home. Taught us a lot of things. It took about 5 to 6 months to design and execute the space.
My parents were not able to visit us when we were previously staying in a high-rise apartment on the 24th floor because my mother had some issues with heights, and the biggest compliment in my head till date is when she came to this house and she said, I almost feel like I'm on the ground floor in a house. This house today doesn't look like the day when we moved into it. A lot of spaces have changed and it will continue to change with us, and I think that's what every home should feel like. Thank you, Zendin, for visiting us.
If you enjoyed the home tour, please like, share and subscribe.